Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick review on a new product I just got that I'm actually quite enamored with. This is the CKC Colonial Knife Company Tux knife. This is the 3-inch model. It actually comes in a 5-inch blade as well. I chose the 3-inch just because I don't quite need a 5-inch as an everyday carry. So this is actually the perfect size. As you can see before we even open it, this outside grip is quite textured with the CKC being cut out here. So even when this is wet, it is quite grippy. It's a very big positive in my opinion. The other thing before we open this knife that I love, if you look, you can see there is a big cutouts there. You can see the ground. If I put my hand behind it there, you can see they've cut out all the middle of it there to save some weight. I'm not sure the actual weight of this knife. I will weigh it for you and add that in, but it's quite light. The other thing I love here is this belt clip. If you can hear that, it's quite tight. It does not slide around in your pocket once it's clipped on at all. It stays put nicely. There is also, if you prefer, a hole here to put some string through if you want to loop it around your neck or tie it onto something. So let's go ahead and open this knife and talk about it a little. This is a spring-assisted blade, so there's this nice little cutout here with a thumb rivet, and all you have to do is put some light pressure and it will pop out on its own. This is the Tux knife, which you can see there, and that is just cool looking. Purely cosmetic, but you gotta admit that's pretty cool looking. The blade is made of a 440A stainless steel, so you can buy a better quality blade, I guess. I do understand that, but for a 3-inch everyday carry, I think it's sufficient. It's held its edge really well in the time I've had it here. You can see it there. The other big positive I forgot to mention up to this point is the price. The price of this knife here was $25. I got this at the base of Mount Washington. It lent my friend my Leatherman and he lost it, which is why I won't lend stuff to people anymore, but I think this is actually an improvement over my old Leatherman, so maybe something good came of that. As I said, the blade has stayed quite sharp and clean, and I haven't had it very long, but I'm quite happy with it so far. So a couple things I see room for improvement with this knife. Number one, let me close it up here and show you. I showed you the cutout there. For us righties, it's fantastic. Your thumb can fit in quite nicely there to flick it open. But for lefties, you are out of luck. There is no cutout here. Can't get your thumb underneath this rivet. It would be quite easy for them to just cut it down here. It would actually save some weight as well, and then you would be able to open it with your left hand as well. At this point, it's very difficult. The other thing I see is because this belt clip is so tight, this has happened a couple times actually, I've been pulling it out of my pant pocket, and your pants, when you're pulling it out, can get caught on this rivet, and all it takes is a little bit of pressure for it to snap open into that halfway. So as you can imagine, that's quite dangerous if you're pulling out of your pocket and this gets clipped and deploys the knife. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and switch that belt clip to that side, and that won't happen anymore. So the spring assisted is really helpful in getting it out quickly, but it can also be a negative if it's catching on your pants. So in short, $25, quality blade, great company. I gotta admit I knew very little about them when I bought this knife, but if you look up the history of the Colonial Knife Company, it's actually quite intriguing. They've got quite a good history, so that was a big positive as well. $25, CKC Tux knife. 2 thumbs up for me.